What's up, HyperFast Nation? On this episode of the show, we are talking about how to close more buyers in 2023. This is part two. If you missed part one, go back and watch it. Stay tuned. We're about to go over something that can help you close a lot more buyers in the next year and beyond. In 2023, the ongoing theme, I think, is going to be getting back to the basics and elevating your sales skills. And by the way, if you're interested in learning more about how to elevate your sales skills, come see us at the HyperFast Summit on February 6th in Delray Beach, Florida. We're bringing together top real estate agents, coaches, business leaders, all sorts of people from around the world to coach you and 250 of your friends. So there's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of networking, a lot of great stuff happening on February 6th. You can go to hyperfastcoach.com for more information on that. Again, that is hyperfastcoach.com for more information on the summit. And by the way, there also is a high-level 2-day mastermind after that event where we get together with like 20, 25 high-producing solo agents, team leaders, people looking to scale their business, and we do deep dives on your business and answer all the questions you need to know about your business and how to get to the next level. So you don't want to miss out on either of those events. You can learn more at hyperfastcoach.com. Now, elevating your sales skills when it comes to closing more buyers. In part one of this series, we talked about getting the buyer agreement signed up front, which I know seems basic, but most people don't do it. And we went over how to do it and why to do it. So watch that episode if you missed it. In today's part two, we are going to discuss the importance of having the right financial conversation up front. All right, so part one of this obviously is to get them pre-approved, hopefully with a lender that you know, like, and trust, that you've done deals with before. Explain to them the benefit of not just shopping for the lowest rate. Yes, I know low rates are important, but it's also important that you have someone that can deliver, right? Someone that gives good customer service, someone that can close quickly if needed, if that will get you a better deal on the home. So hopefully you know those lenders, you've made those introductions, but you want to get them pre-approved before you go shopping for a home. In addition to that, though, the financial conversation is so much bigger than just getting them pre-approved, especially with this environment where we saw rates go from the 3s to the 6s in under a year. That's caused an affordability problem for a lot of people. Now, I think rates in the coming year is that ramp up is going to level off, maybe come down, maybe get back under 6. But either way, you need to now present them with more options, because a year ago it was pretty simple. It was get a 30-year fixed and you're good, right? 3%, 30 years, you're good. You don't have to do anything else. So that does not exist anymore. Maybe it'll come back, who knows? But for now, you have to have more tools in your belt. All right. So if you're dealing, so this is primarily going to involve knowing the differences between the 30-year fixed and an ARM product, adjustable rate mortgage. I know these got a bad reputation in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, but for the right person, the right scenario, they are a great product. So you need to know how those work. And you also need to know about buydowns, both temporary and permanent. All right. Rate buydowns. So the way the ARMs work, these adjustable rate mortgages, they have a set upfront period, 3, 5, 7, 10, even 15 years, where the rate is fixed, and it's usually lower than the prevailing 30-year rate. Now, the shorter that initial period, the bigger the delta typically between the rate that they're going to get and the 30-year. So, if they're doing a 5-year, maybe the spread is going to be a point and a half lower than the 30-year. If they're doing a 15-year, maybe it's only a half point, right? So there's going to be a different spread there. Then after that initial period, you get into the adjustment phase where the rate can go up and down depending on the rates at the time. So I think if it's a first-time home buyer, they're buying a condo, they think in the next 5 years they're going to get married, or if they're a couple with no kids, and they think that they think that they're going to have kids, in the next 5 years. Well, they're probably not going to be in a condo forever. So I think in those cases, getting that 5-year ARM is probably going to be safe. It's going to save them a ton of money in that first 5 years. At the end of that period, they'll probably be gone. But you need to know, they'll probably have sold it or turned it into a rental property. You need to know how to do the calculations for them, right? How much money will they save every year? How much will it be in 5 years? If the worst case adjustments happen, how long will it take for them, to have been better off with the 30-year? And for most people, it's going to be, many, many years. So you need to figure out how to do all of that for your buyers, right? And work with a lender that knows how to do that with you. You need to know it, but I think it's better to have a lender there to do it with you, or one that you trust. Now, the other thing that you need to know when having these conversations is rate buydowns. You've seen a lot of these. Sometimes sellers advertise them. Sometimes you can just negotiate them where you get 1%, 2%, 3%. I've heard as much as 5% assistance from the seller on this. So this is upfront payment that lowers the rate. They can be temporary and kind of scale out over 1, 2, or 3 years, where the rate goes from 4 to 5, then to 6 over the first couple of years. I've seen those types, and then there's permanent ones where it just stays low. I think the permanent one, on a 30-year fix, that's great for someone that knows they're going to be in that house for 10, 15, 20 years. The break-even point on those, you need to know how to calculate that, right? So if it costs this much money up front and it brings the rate down by X amount, how many months, how many years does it take for that savings to make sense? On these permanent ones, I typically see it at about 4 years. So even if you're paying a lot of points up front or getting the seller to pay points up front, if you're going to be there for 15 years and the payback is 4, well, you got 10 years of profit in there. So really, really, really good to be able to know how to have these conversations up front with your sellers, how to get them thinking about this, asking the lenders the right things, because you might be able to get them in the house they want with the payment they want by using a product that they didn't know about before they met you, before you introduce them to the lender. So this is another great way for you to add value to the people that you are working with. You're going to help them close homes, probably at higher price points in some cases, help make them more happy, and that not only leads to more customers now, but more in the future as they become repeat or give you referrals. So thank you for listening to part 2. Make sure you don't miss part 3 coming up. And by the way, if you want to learn more about joining me and Carrie Scholl at eXp Realty, we want to talk to you. You can text me at 703-638-4393. That is my real phone. I'll talk to you about how we can save money on your commission splits, how we can help scale your business through giving you access to our coaching programs, and how we can help you build recurring income so that you can get more and more what I call non-transactional income that does not come from your own transactions. If you want to learn more about this opportunity, please send me a text message at 703-638-4393, and I will see you on part 3. Make sure you don't miss that episode, and please do me another favor, share this with other people that you think would benefit, and leave us a review, particularly on iTunes. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.